Seaweeds are some of the most versatile traditional foods that you can really utilize in so many different ways. I love that it can be both salty and sweet. It can be smoky. It's surprising because so many people are like, oh, I've never had seaweed in my life. I'm like, oh, you definitely have. It's in everything. Seaweed is pretty much in everything that we eat, everything that we put on our face. There's seaweed in makeup, in skincare products, in milkshakes at fast food restaurants because they use it as a thickener because it's cheaper. And here in Western culture, we don't eat a lot of seaweed. It is not very popular. Majority of the seaweed that we consume comes from overseas, comes from China, Japan, other places. Seaweed is extremely vital to the health and ecosystem of our oceans. We wouldn't have a Earth without our seaweed.
Seaweed is an ecosystem builder. It's the foundation of your pyramid on your coastal ecosystem, and things that tribes really rely on heavily, things like salmon, things like abalone, those all depend on seaweed ecosystems. And what we've seen is a really large die-off of our foundational ecosystem building seaweeds.
Kelp can actually sequester 10 times more carbon than any forest on land. So having a healthy ecosystem for our oceans is one of the most important things that we need to be doing right now in the fight against climate change. I'm always talking about like reintroducing these seaweeds to people because it's time to reconnect with that relative. And that's why having this lab is so amazing, is that that's exactly what this space was made for. We're gonna be making kelp cubes. This is just a really great way to have fresh seaweed on hand at all times. I'm using Alaria right now. These came from Wagay, gathered by me and my interns, and we dried them in the windows for about a day. And this is what they look like when they're all dried, nice and crispy and crunchy. Right here we've got an ice bath, so just some really cold water to rehydrate that Alaria. And you can see once it's starting to rehydrate, it turns that really beautiful green color. We're gonna put that in our blender. And then you're gonna just get some fresh lemon juice, about 2 tablespoons. This is to just keep it fresh, make sure it doesn't go bad too quickly, and it's gonna be loud. So it just becomes this like very beautiful, almost pesto looking flakes. There's going to be some excess water and lemon juice in the blender, so you're gonna wanna take it out and scrape the sides into a strainer with a bowl. We wanna get as much as the excess moisture out of the seaweed as possible so that when we freeze them, they don't get freezer burned too bad. So what I'm doing is I'm just pressing out some of this excess moisture. And this is a really great recipe to just do every once in a while so you can have fresh seaweed in your home for any of your recipes. And then you just take your ice cube tray and you're just gonna put it in the ice cube tray, press it down, and go. There's your kelp cube. And that's like 1 perfect tablespoon of kelp. With a couple handfuls of seaweed, you get about half a dozen, 5 or so cubes. And whenever I want to make something seaweed related, all I gotta do is take it out. If I want it to defrost, I just take it out and put it on a little table and it'll defrost within like a half hour, or I could just use them frozen, like for my seaweed smoothies and a bunch of other things. The fact that you can take something that you can find in a tide pool and you can make it into a cookie or put it into a salad or put it into basically any meal, it's just the perfect ingredient. There's so many things that you can do with seaweed, and I'm pretty much just starting to scratch the surface.